you know, we do. I arrive. I leave in the same way that I arrived. You know what I mean? Just you know, just carrying stuff. And also, as far it's not the end, because it's a rebirth. Because I've still got all my wonderful customers, you know, and I don't need to be in Camden Market to keep this going, because I've been running it for years with just my wonderful regulars. So I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine, you know. It'll be small and it'll be funny because it's so small, yeah. But it'll be great, I hope, you know, and it'll be quite intense because it's all packed in really tightly and really small, you know. But hey, it's our little secret place, and isn't that just wonderful, you know, that there are secret places left in London.
Álvaro.
Sorry.
O sea, por dentro se sabe, pero es que es por fuera. Hay que ponerlo.
Hello, in here, this way. This way, this way. And here we are. Hello, welcome to my new place, the new Up the Video Junction. As I said in the last film, it's going to be small, compact, and bijou, which it is. So yeah, what a little update from last time. The food stores came in last time, and they changed the food stores, and they made it so that there was more space outside my old shop, which I was very pleased about. But unfortunately, the demographic of the people of the market had changed so dramatically that nobody was interested in interesting shops anymore. They just wanted to have their photos taken with bad food. So unfortunately, it didn't really help. Didn't really help the shop. So I still had to move, and that's what we did. And here it is.
All right. And so you moved in here.
It was February. It was February. Yeah, end of February. Moved in here, and all my regulars have followed, and they've all started coming, and yeah, all good.
So the shop's now sort of hidden in a record shop, and so how's it been sort of going between this and the record shop? Just has it changed the dynamic just a little bit in terms of day-to-day life?
I think I think the dynamic has changed because I don't have to deal with the touristic element of people coming in, and the phone rings. So now the film shop is very much a secret place, and hidden in the back of London's only punk rock record shop. So quite an unlikely venue, possibly. But I mean, we're still in Camden. We're a little bit off the high street, which makes it a lot easier to get to. To be honest, you don't have to fight your way through hordes of scoffing tourists, to be honest, really. So that's very nice. As I say, not much left to say about Camden, really, apart from that, because it sort of carried on, you know, really. Of course, the old place turned into a food place. Of course it did.
Yeah.
Oh, it was always going to be, wasn't it, you know?
Well, it's quite interesting that Camden now, even if it's gotten a little bit more corporate, is still trying to keep that sort of bohemian attitude towards it, even with its food stores.
Well, they bought that.
Yeah.
That goes with it. They've bought it, haven't they? You know what I mean? They've bought the reputation that we've made. That's, unfortunately, and they're dining out on that. They're dining out on that. Just imagine. There you go. That's what that film's called. Where did that pop in my head? I don't know. Anyway, I was a bit annoyed that it wasn't here, to be honest. I wanted to show him, you know what I mean? Because he was talking, he's a real big fan of Metropolis, and you need that one, even though it's really bad. But the sets are amazing. It's just one of those things that looks good, you go, oh God, this is awful. And then they start singing dreadful songs. Oh, it was really funny. But there's a brilliant, brilliant little scene where they're on two spaceships. Everyone's flying around on spaceships, and a guy and a girl want to talk to each other, and they just pull up next to each other, and he just like gets up and climbs across. That was pretty cool. And he's just like, they do a scene with him just like leaning over, which is quite cool with all this stuff in the background. It's really good. Anyway, are we still filming? So anyway, I've carried on making all my interesting rarities and bits and pieces like that, and also there's quite a few new people come in and had a look, because they're people that have come to the record shop, and then they don't realise that there's this place here, and then of course they end up being guided into the back and to find this amazing little place, so that's been quite good as well, it's seeing the looks on new people's faces.
So we've brushed on sort of Camden as well, but I mean generally, sort of we've been sort of asking about a bit, and obviously it does seem definitely apparent that this is now the last independent DVD shop in London.
Apparently so, yeah. Apparently so. It's a very sad thing that it's the last independent film shop left in London. I mean, if you go to the big corporate shops, they still sell DVDs and Blu-rays. There's a lot, point of sale in these places. So I don't think that the DVD market is particularly dead necessarily. I think it may have changed somewhat with the dawning of the in-demand platforms. Streaming, yes.
Well, it was quite interesting because there's recently been a development in streaming services are going to become a lot more sort of exclusive to particular studios. In fact, very recently, Walt Disney has announced that they're taking all their movies off Netflix and setting up their own
Netflix type thing. Yeah. Oh, right.
And so that means that
means that you've got to subscribe to them, then you've got to subscribe to them, and then you have to subscribe to these other people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like the old cinemas back in the 40s, 50s when they only showed particular films from a certain studio and had a sort of,
because they had a deal going with them. Yeah. Interesting.
Well, it's interesting because then DVDs are still this sort of free reign. There's no sense of demand of loyalty or anything. It's just like whatever you find, it's yours.
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's great. No, absolutely. Is that better? Well, I mean, it's a development, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's a development. It's better than us just all blindly looking at one company. Do you know what I mean? And making that company all powerful, which then they're at liberty to do whatever the hell they like, which is a shame and happens, really, without naming names.
Of course, don't give any false publicity.
I was reading that the biggest company in the world begins with G. And then also the biggest company in the world begins with F, as well. Would you believe? And we don't even know what they sell, do we? And what do they sell? All of us. That's what they sell.
Well, they sell us back to us.
They sell us back. Yeah, they sell statistics to people that want to know about statistics, to companies that want to know about statistics, I suppose. And they obviously do it very well, because they're so big now. And we don't seem to be that bothered about it, really. You know what I mean? Or that threatened about it, We're all busily putting our information in there.
Yeah.
You know, well, I'm not, but yeah, most people are, and communicating via that way as well. You know.
Yeah. I mean, the store itself has a Facebook page, but it doesn't really have a very strong digital presence.
I have a Facebook page due to market forces pressure, if you like, but it doesn't sell anything. It doesn't. I mean, you know, I'm here to sell stuff. You know, at the end of the day, and the Facebook page doesn't sell stuff. I just get people asking me questions about stuff, and it doesn't really. I could waste a lot of time on these things and not sell anything. You know, I'd rather be making new covers and finding new trashy films to sell than talking to people on social media. You know, really. If I was taking orders on social media, brilliant. But it doesn't work like that. You know, it doesn't work like that. So yeah, there you go. There you go.
Well, I mean, the store itself has managed to survive quite well on word of mouth. And just
most definitely,
yeah.
Most definitely, and again, you know, I don't really do mail order as such. I'm not set up for that. So again, an online presence kind of lends itself to mail order, yeah, and to people not being bothered and to leave their armchairs, you know. And I'm very much into shops. I'm very much into people coming out and people discovering things, you know.
How are you planning to stay in this particular location for a long time? Or?
I've got no idea. No, this is it now. This is it now until
the end of time.
Yeah, until the end of time. We'll see what goes on. You know, I don't really know. I don't really know. You know, I set it up because I didn't want my old place to just die. I didn't want it just to become a memory. You know, oh, there was a cool place here once. You know, now obviously there is a memory up there in the market where I used to be. You know, but I've risen again. Do you know what I mean? So I'm here. You know, so I'm still around. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see. No great master plan. You know, no great master plan.
I guess there's never been one. So.
Not really. No. Just try and find the next trashy film. Try and enjoy the next trashy film. You know, or the next whatever it may be. You know, and try and transfer some of that enjoyment to my customers. You know? Yes. I think there's some stuff there, isn't there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. You're gonna have to. I tell you what, this is gonna be more of an editing job than last time. Because last time I was on a big rant.
Yeah.
This time I've not really got much to rant about. I mean, I'm all right. Do you know what I mean? I've really not got. Well, I was surrounded by like travesties, you know. Before, you know, the other shop was surrounded by it all, and it was all invasive. It was awful, you know. I just don't have that now. It's just I'm so free of that, you know. It's like a load off my shoulders, you know. It really is.